Hey, I'm Mel Greenberg.
And I'm Karen Glasser, and welcome to Uncork Live.
You were thinking about it.
And we're talking about it. So stay tuned.
Uncorked Live with Karen Glasser and Mel Greenberg, making the most of life's peak stage and sharing it all with you.
Here we are, and we're live. So.
We're live. And we have people on. Hey guys, welcome to the show. If you are watching live and you want to talk with us, we want to talk with you. Put it in the comments. Can't wait.
So here we are, live. I'm here in Palm Desert with Karen, which is doing an amazing week. But what's more amazing is November.
It feels like
I know. No, because I look at my calendar and it's crazy. So first things first, though, because this is Uncork. Cheers. And what are we drinking tonight?
what are we drinking? It's white wine.
What's
That's what I know.
It's an Italian white wine. Why?
That's why I like it, because it's dry. It's not sweet.
We're trying to make things and
It's all good. It's all good. We kind of like rose into the topic today. We just are rolling with the punches, right?
That's right.
Because that's what
we talked about that last week.
Oh,
it's happening.
It's happening. But all good. And here we are. And so we're talking about well-being, eating well. What does that actually mean?
I know. And how do you yourself? And it happens today. You have plans, you can go to study. I thought out and I've never been there. So they offer free yoga for anyone coming to the check it out. So
I can't. We can do so many things in and out all day long.
And my immediate reaction was I'm here, I'm just home, and then I thought about it. And I thought, so it is. And it ended up being, first of all, I'm really glad I did that. You don't do that. You want to please everybody else. And I think it's the one thing I'm not so sure. I think in general, maybe, but we want to please everybody else. And we worry if we do something that we want, and some, I think, point other people.
Right.
And I gotta stay here because you're not here.
And I wanted you to go, and it was like, no, go. Because, the fact that I didn't feel like it was really like you did, and you had fun.
I was huge. I mean, the grounds have got really crowded. There was all ages, and the instructor was amazing.
I saw pictures. You took some videos.
I did, and we'll share those on the site. But I think that goes back to what.
Yeah. So you were talking a lot about the management.
Okay, so Mike, there's so many negatives, but there are a lot of positive, and some of those are being told. I would, but the national and he created their own and created this amazing community. And warm, it's like a warm coat. And I sleep so much better. And I don't necessarily sleep. I'm getting to sleep better every time. Go out, you know, and go to I will, or like that. And no, no, this is just what I tonight is a long, lovely day. It's a great day for that party. Throwing that out there.
Now,
Beautiful bourbon. I will get the rest.
and if you want to know the recipe, let us know. Put it in the comments. Let us know the recipe, and we can make sure you see it.
And Diana's very open about sharing it.
We both like a lot. And so last night we
Another fun thing.
Yeah, we did. It was so much fun. We went to Thursday night village fest. It goes from October all the way to May. Every single Thursday night, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. It is phenomenal. Our pastor, our vendors, and we met the coolest people last night, Billy and Jeff from Home Students and those companies. And I think it was serious damage.
Getting them driving.
They smell yummy, but they're soy candies, and they told us that they last 70 to 80 hours.
And they gave us some stuff. They were just the most precious people I met. And what they do. And they talked about that as a hobby and how it's not a hobby. It's more in that next prayer. We talked about it on the phone. How and that you can feel good and do it, wherever that is. And you sit back and you think, well, I want to do this, I want to do this. As long as you're doing something, right, especially at this stage of our life.
Absolutely. And part of this is the meditation and candles and all. Maybe that's feels good and having that sense of well-being. So we called this show for a reason. We called the show. I'm okay. Because that's kind of how I do it. I'm okay. Not much. Because we talked about this last week. You know, my husband he's doing really well. So let's just say that. He's doing really, really well. But it's a challenge. It's a challenge, obviously, for him. It's a challenge for all of us who, support him. Really. So I'm really struggling. I'm really, really over here because he's doing something else.
My life's always on the run.
Right. And that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So we're going to sound is wonky. All right. Well, thank you for letting us know. I'm not sure where I signed. Can you let us know if you can hear us right now? Put it in the chat. Hi, Charlotte. Thanks for letting us know. Can you put a comment? Are you guys hearing us? But so one of the things that we talk about a lot is no. No is a beautiful word. I say no all the time these days.
I'm trying to do better. And it's more about saying no for you. Because we all want to do what we want to do. And I think the hardest thing that I can do is say no. And then I have to talk about it. That sort of like, oh, it's okay. And it's hard. It's disheartening on so many levels because I want to help do this. And yet, when I do that, then I'm not with guilt or second guessing. And then that's not.
No, it's not. But I think when you say I need to get used to saying no, and I have gotten used to saying no a lot the last several months. I know I can't do it. But you know what? It's okay. And whenever you say to me, why are you saying no? Or what's wrong with you? So try it.
Well, I think that was also the expectation. And we put so much on ourselves don't need to. And so again, when we let go, not only are we lighter, but I think people that we worry about know that and they carry that. And then when they're worried about somebody else, they're like in that position, and it's not necessary. And I think we are just communication for everybody, and to really like
Absolutely. Why do I want to do it all? Have you looked at Instagram or something?
okay, the joke is I'm gonna hit her and she disappear and over there. This is a green screen and it's green.
If you go on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or any social media platform, you can see things that other people want us to think that their life is wonderful. You see the scenery, the travel, the vacations they go on, the clothes they're wearing, the trips. It makes you feel
I know, I look at it, you know, I need to do this because I really can find everything. There's not a day that's like in the real life that I can see. I love them. I need to do it. And it just comes in a way.
it makes me not want to be that social.
Well, and you see, I know that's like I told you, I see women, you know, mother of four who's making these incredible dishes and then shooting them and posting them. And I was trying to get you know, my dog's barking.
It happens.
Right? You know, I think for me it's I don't know that yoga. I do start from the fan, but I do and I go inside and yes for yoga and working out and the work that I've been doing with has been instrumental in keeping my skills a bit more balanced. And she's amazing and what she does every month is incredible and she's our sponsor for this season. We will learn right now to do it.
Your exercise time is only part of what it takes to make your body strong, lean, and flexible in your 50s. My challenging 20-minute workouts and whole body holistic approach will give you success. I'm a 57-year-old master personal trainer and I designed these programs for women like us over 50. You can change your body at any age. CoreStrength50plus.com.
It is. She's great. I love her. They're virtual. She's actually located in Bali, and in 20 minutes a day, I've changed how I feel physically and look physically. I'm happier in my clothes and my body.
And you look hot. You look hot.
Okay. Right now, I don't feel that, but okay.
I'm feeling a little hot. Okay.
I know that's called menopause.
So we want to talk a little bit about our travel plans because we have some really fun things that are coming up. Next year, we're going to take a trip.
Road trip.
A road trip. And we're going to let you guys follow along with us. We're going to be going up the coast. And, sounds better. Thank you so much, Alicia. Appreciate that. And thank you. I'm just going to put that up there because thank you. I appreciate that. But we're going to be doing a trip together.
We are.
And we're going up north.
And we're going to start here and then head over to LA, Santa Barbara, Carmel, and we're going to end in Napa. We're going on a road trip.
We're going on a
country
road
song
trip.
In the making.
Yes, and we are going to visit some of my favorite wineries and the vineyards and some of my favorite restaurants.
So Karen lived in Napa.
I lived in Napa for many years.
She's cultivated incredible relationships there. And that's giving us also kind of an insider's view and experience that we will eventually share with you.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
I know. And when we started talking about, because I'm so excited about this. When we started talking about this, all I could picture was Lucy and Ethel crushing grapes, and we're gonna do that. I want to crush grapes.
And there's a place in Napa that will allow us to crush grapes, so we're going to go do that.
We will do that.
Cannot wait. We're going to move into the barrel list. We have we're launching something called the barrel list. Why are we calling it the barrel list?
Because we all have, the bucket list. And
Right.
That's sort of an end of life I wish I had or I want to do before.
Right.
And the bucket list the barrel list is more our list of really special things that either we've come across or that you share with us that help you. All these topics that we pick every month, we hope resonate with you. And they're related to that. And one thing is what we're reading. And this month,
what are you reading?
To that end, I am reading Stillness is the Key. And I saw it in my friend's husband's office. He's a D1 football coach, and I can't fathom right now, maybe a politician, but a more stressful job than that.
Right.
And he embraces all of this. So I said, I got to read this. And it's Ryan Holiday, Stillness is the Key. You'll find it on Amazon, and we have links to it. It's beautiful.
I can't wait. I'm going to read it after you read it.
Okay. Yeah.
What else are you reading?
Gaining it right now. Okay. Last month I talked about the Rosie trilogy, and I was bound and determined to finish the second book, The Rosie Effect. No, gone. Yeah. 2/3 of the way. I just can't get it. And I would love if someone did read it and loved it to tell me maybe I missed something, because I loved the first one, as you know, so much. So I just said, not now, I'm done, and let it go. And I'm reading The Mutual Friend, who's actually, Carter Bays was the co-creator of one of my favorite series of all time, How I Met Your Mother. So it's beautifully written, and the characters are great. So I'm loving it.
And Mel, the message is, if you start reading a book, nobody's like beating you over the head that you have to finish it. So, if you don't like something, you can stop.
I know, but so I think of that, and I know that, my head knows that, but I go to my favorite book of all time is The Secret Book of Grazia de Rossi. It's over 600 pages long. It took me over 100 pages to get into it. And at any moment during those 100 pages, I was like, I can't do this. I'm putting it down. But my son put it in perspective, because 600 plus pages, 100 pages is really not that much. Right. So I never really want to give up. I think it'll get to a point where it will be that special book. And sometimes, it's just not. It's okay to let it go and move on to something else.
Another segment that we're launching this time is an author interview. And every month we're going to do an author interview that we have done in the past that we will bring to today. And today is no exception. Okay, it's fading out, so I'm just going to go like that. I'm not going to do anything. It's called Living Well, 99 Stories from the Mikvah. I had the opportunity, which is really cool, to interview my sister.
In Israel.
It was 4:00 in the morning for me, and it was not 4:00 in her. It was like late at night for her. And the two of us got on a Zoom, and we recorded an interview because she's a first-time published author. And I thought
an integral part of that happened.
I did, but she and so I interviewed her, and I'd like you to tune into it right now because I think you're going to enjoy it. So stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Karen Glasser here, and I'm really excited about what we're about to do. I'd like to introduce you to my sister and author, Lori Cooper. How are you, Lori?
You're doing great, Karen.
We're going to be talking about your book and what it's like to be a published author. The book is called Living Well, 99 Stories from the Mikvah. So the first question I want to ask you is, Lori, what the heck is a mikvah?
Well, most people don't know what a mikvah is, but it's a Jewish ritual bath that is comprised of rainwater, and it's used during times of transition, moments of transition and transformation. Those are the moments that we grow on. Those are the points we grow on. So that's when it's used.
So what inspired you to write this book? Now, of course, I know some of the answers to this because you're my sister, and you actually is built the right word. You built a mikvah in Philadelphia, and people come from far and wide to come to the mikvah for healing and for conversion and for all sorts of different things.
So this is all about stories, and this is kind of why I like this so much, is that you literally took 99 stories from the individuals that came into the mikveh, and you tell their story in this book. Did that change your life? I'm just curious. Did that change how you look at life when you started hearing the stories from your visitors?
We built the mikveh in 2002, and we built it, as I said earlier, so that all Jews would have a place to go during times of transition, transformation, during times of change, during times of healing. People also come for traditional purposes. People come before the holidays, before the Sabbath, and of course, women come around their cycles. Well, what happened is I started journaling, and I started writing down some of the stories that came through, the people that came through the door. Anonymously, I wrote it down, and I got some critiques. So people would see the journal and they'd say, you maybe should be writing a book. And that was the last thing I wanted to do. And then finally, I was inspired by the stories, and I felt that these stories needed to be shared. But let me just say, the book wasn't the goal.
Interesting.
The goal was to share the stories with others. I thought, how can I be the receptacle of all these stories? I needed to let them be free. So that's why I wrote the book.
And do you feel like you accomplished that? Did you accomplish that?
I did.
You think?
I accomplished that, and I also, the gift in all of this, I think, is that I think I became a better listener. And that's what I've learned from writing these stories, that if I just listen a little more closely to what's being said and what is not being said, then there is a story there.
The whole idea of publishing a book, though, I know made you nauseous. I mean, you just was like, ugh, why am I doing this? Do you think it was because would it have been easier if you were younger? Do you think it was an age thing, or just the idea of publishing a book? It's out of your skill set. What exactly was the challenge? Just curious.
I was overwhelmed by the thought, and because we discussed it many times. It would not have been easier. I was raising a family. I was the rabbi's wife of a large congregation. I had a lot of responsibilities, including the mikveh. It was easier because I was older. I felt like I could do more. I was capable of doing more.
Love that.
And the ironic thing is that I finished the book when I was in Israel. So here we are. You're interviewing me in my new home, and I miss the mikveh. I'm looking forward to coming back to the mikveh, not necessarily to do any administrative duties, but to be there and to witness and to listen to more stories.
Right. Has your life changed, you think, from writing this book? I know you now speak. I know you do speaking engagements. You do them both remote as well as live. Has your life changed? Did you do that before? Or is this just something that has continued in your world?
No, I never spoke publicly. I always was nervous about it and stayed away from that. I didn't do that until there was a period in my life, when a difficult period in my life, when I dealt with mental health issues. And I felt like at that point I needed to speak out. And one way I healed from the mental health issues is I started working at the mikveh and running the mikveh. And by reaching out and holding another person's hand, that strengthened me, and I assume strengthened them. And that's how
powerful.
it happened.
That's powerful. Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that. Is this the first of many books? Are you going to do more?
I don't think so, Karen.
Not even a second part? If you go, you said you're going to be going back and you can't wait to go back. Maybe you're going to hear some more stories, or maybe it's different stories because you're in Israel now. Who knows?
I probably have another 30 entries in my journal, 30 news stories. So
you heard it here first.
I might write another number 2.
Number 2.
Book number 2.
So, Lori, where can people pick up your book? I know it's where all books are sold, but they can pick it up on Amazon, right?
They can just go on to Amazon, look up, go into the book section, look up Living Well, 99 Stories from the Mikvah, and it will pop up. And let me know if you like it.
Thank you for joining us. Any last thoughts you
You're
want to
welcome.
share?
Keep listening, keep your heart open, and have a wonderful day.
Karen, two things came to me that was so moving. First, that's your sister, and it was just beautiful to see that relationship that you have. When she spoke about the mikveh and the healing, and I feel like we're kind of in this point right now of a collective need for healing.
Right.
And then what really touched me was how she felt it's something that she did lifted another person up.
Yeah.
And I think that is maybe the message here,
Right.
in terms of taking care of yourself and helping and healing
Yes.
and working together, that we don't have to fucking do this alone. Sorry. We don't have to do life and this journey
Right.
alone. We are there for each other, and we can, and it makes I'm not so good and I feel okay.
Right.
A little bit easier and a little bit better.
It really was cool having this conversation with her because, yes, even though I was aware of some of the struggles, I learned something in the conversation. I love interviewing, as you know. And one of the reasons is that even though I think I know everything about someone because I do my research, I always learn something. I get that nugget. And I was just so thrilled to be able to. This was the first time she'd ever been interviewed. So I was.
Or you wouldn't know that. She did great.
Yeah, she did awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her. Lori, I love you. You did such a great job. Thank you for trusting me to do this.
And to shepherd your story.
Totally appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we love music, both of us.
Okay. So my feet are still off the ground because the boss released his new album last night, and it's already on our playlist. Every song. Only the Strong Survive. It's his kind of homage to the greatest soul songs. Oh my gosh.
Oh, amazing.
And his beautiful voice. I mean, and again, I talked about Bonnie Raitt last show. This guy's in his 70s. He is the boss.
He's the boss.
I worship him. But his voice is so beautiful, and he brought everything in the instrumentals, the arrangements. It's just.
You played a song. It was amazing. You can listen to that and so much more on the Uncork playlist .online. You can get both of those, all of those songs. I am still totally into Teddy Swims. I love that guy. His voice is amazing. He's done some amazing duets.
Meghan Trainor.
Yeah, Meghan Trainor. Oh, he's awesome. Music is. I love music. So that's all.
I kind of like it too.
We just kind of leave it there. So if you are tuning in because you want to know who the winner was for our wine chillers,
our chillers. So we gifted
two of these,
a set
of these
wine chillers,
and we had like over 100 entries. So
which
first of all,
really
thank you. We really appreciate that. But we do have a winner, so we have to do a drum roll because I'm going to announce the winner right now, and the winner is Alicia Thompson. Alicia Thompson, come on down. I am so thrilled. Alicia, make sure you DM me and give us your address, and we're going to send off 2 of these chillers and take a picture, and we'll show you holding the chillers.
Yes, and we'll share it next
share. So it's time to wrap up. Oh
I know. Can you believe it's already gone? But for me, the takeaway is that in this time when we're so hard on ourselves, and I have such anxiety, because from, again, September to January 1st, favorite time of year, I started filling the calendar last week, and my stomach and my heart rates rose. And I was like, good God, every 5 minutes there's something, and the parties and the planning and the this and the that. And I stepped back, and I'm like, okay, it will happen. And that's where, like, anxiety, you start thinking, you forecast into the future. You worry about, how am I going to do this? And if you just step back and go, this is what's happening. I just made myself breathe and slow down. And just, it sounds so trite at this point to say be present, but it really makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference. The breathing makes a huge difference. I suffer from anxiety. You know that. And when you suffer from anxiety, you look for all those different things that you can do to soothe yourself and to be better. This wasn't actually part of the show, but Mel Robbins did a whole thing on anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Russell Kennedy talks about anxiety, which I thought I was fascinated by.
That's
Most of us
great
think that
episode.
anxiety's from the neck up. You think your head just keeps talking and talking and
Mhm.
talking. He says, no, anxiety's
Neck
from the
down.
neck down. And he says, it's where you feel it. And I went, that was an aha moment
It
for me.
was,
I literally
yeah.
went, oh, right,
Same.
because I feel my anxiety right here. And in fact, what he talks about is you literally you touch the place that you're feeling it. And it was like a game changer.
You know what was so bizarre? I was listening to that podcast on my way driving here, and I'm listening to him talk about that.
Yeah.
And I think about when I'm starting to get nervous or having, worry. And I put my hand on my heart.
Right.
And that's where it impacts me.
And,
so you do feel it.
You do feel it. Some people feel it in their gut, and some people feel it, their whole body just, does. And maybe you do feel it in your head. Maybe you do. But I think
to the extent that you think about it, you start thinking about everything. And that was what, projecting into the future, what all the things that I have to do with that. God damn it, it comes back to disappointment.
Yeah.
I have all these things to do. What if I don't measure up?
Right.
What if I'm not that Instagrammable moment?
Right. And that's what I felt this morning. It was like, if I say to Mel, I'm not going to yoga.
And you were worried about
I was worried that you would be disappointed or whatever. And but sometimes you have to just do what's good for you. And
say no. Just say no.
Say no. Just say no.
It's a beautiful word.
We hope that you enjoyed tonight with all the bumps and everything. This is the first time, as Mel said, using a green screen, and we're having some fun. I'm going to say, I've got some comments here. Alicia says, I hear ya on the anxiety, ladies. I have anxiety also. And I think it's really powerful to be able to say that out loud. I think we have been told by media and everyone else that you should hide any kind of mental health situations that are going on. And I think this is healthy to be able to say it out loud and say, I'm not okay all the time.
I'm not okay.
It's okay.
We started
okay.
This is great. And we want to do that. We want to portray that everything's great. I've got this. I can handle all these things, but it's okay to say, maybe not so much.
Maybe not so much.
And in the long run, you're going to be and feel so much better.
Exactly.
I hope so. I think that you know yourself, and that if you truly listen and follow the heart and what you're feeling,
it's all going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going to be okay.
It's all going to be okay. Thank you so much for being here tonight and for putting up with all our Michigans.
Because you have a choice, and it's a Friday night. We changed the date this time, and normally we're on Tuesday night, and we will go back to Tuesday night in December.
Something was happening earlier.
Something happened at the beginning of the week. Election, something.
Maybe.
And so we decided that we wanted to literally be able to do this without people having other things on their mind. So that's why we did it tonight. So we want to thank you for joining us today, because you do have a choice as to where you spend your time. Go out and give somebody an awesome day, and we're going to see you next month.
Ciao.